for you.
Good afternoon, Braves country. Magee coming your way here. And first pitch, Bumgarner slamming it in a 90-mile-an-hour fastball across the chest of Soler, and Soler rips it foul down the third base line. We're 0-1, and we're underway here in Hot Atlanta. We're actually in Hot Zona, Arizona, but Hot Atlanta, GA. The Atlanta Braves continued their win streak last night, winning last night in fine fashion. We'll get into that here in a second. Second pitch of the at-bat, and Bumgarner is quickly ahead, 0-2. Madison Bumgarner, of course, pitched the no-hitter that wasn't in Atlanta earlier this year in the 7-inning affair. And Atlanta's trying to act some revenge. The 0-2 count down low, and Madison Bumgarner ahead 1-2, 3 pitches in. He shows off the cutter, four-seamer, curve, change, and sinker, primarily the cutter and the four-seamer with the off-speed pitch. And here's the 1-2 count, high up around the chest, swing and a miss. And Jorge Soler is down on strikes. Jorge Soler hitting leadoff today, playing right field, and that'll bring up Freddie Freeman, Atlanta's first baseman, 304 on the year, 31 home runs and 82 RBIs. One of 4 guys on Atlanta's roster with 30 home runs already this season, and Dansby Swanson could be next with 26. Here's the first pitch, and cutter inside, missed just a little bit, and it is 1-0. Here comes the 1-0 pitch from Bumgarner, working very fast today. And the delivery, low and out. No, he's going to call it a strike. 1-1, and Freddie Freeman already shaking his head. I can't blame him. That was a ridiculous called strike. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Here in the delivery, and 86 miles an hour. Cutter fouled off, fouled back, and Arizona's catcher, Carson Kelly, runs out to the mound to talk to Bumgarner for a split second, make sure they're on the same page. 1-2 is the count. And Atlanta, Arizona, 0-0 is the score. Top of the first inning, 1 away. Freddie Freeman fouls off the next pitch. It's 1-2 as he rips it down the first base line. And Atlanta, 3 games in front of Philadelphia as play begins today. We'll get into that here in a bit. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and driven off to the left side, left field, deep left field, and Peralta is on the run. He catches it on the run at the warning track, bumps into the left field wall, and they're 2 away as Freddie Freeman did give it quite a ride. Peralta was on a dead run, caught it over his head, had to stretch a little bit out and right in front of the Arizona bullpen as they cheer him on. 2 away here, and that will bring up Ozzie Albies. Ozzie Albies became the youngest second baseman in Major League Baseball history to hit 30 home runs and 100 RBIs, and he's done that at the age of 24. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Albies, and fastball on the outside part of the plate. It is 1-1 is the count. Bumgarner up to 11 pitches so far this inning. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and it is swung on and missed quickly. 1-2, 86 miles an hour cutter right past Albies. Albies digs in for the 1-2 pitch as Bumgarner sets ready for the release. He fires it in, and strikeout is the call. That'll end the top of the first inning. Ozzie Albies got something to say to the ump about earlier calls, and that'll bring Charlie Morton to the mound. We will be back in a flash here on Braves Baseball. Pull up a chair on a great Thursday afternoon for a ball game.
Armchair Quarterbacks on YouTube Live. SEC, ACC, and Big Ten coverage like no other. Subscribe and like us today. Your first choice for sports talk live from the First Coast.
Get your Sunday football morning started off right with the Handicappers, Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube, 10 a.m. Eastern to noon Eastern. The Sunday morning kickoff show, we tackle your NFL lines out in the desert, a 61.2% win rate over the last 6 years. Against the spread, over, under, money line, you name it. We dive into the world of fantasy football, year-long in your DFS payouts. The only true Southern football kickoff show that talks the spreads in Vegas, your DFS and fantasy, in your year-long quest to win that fantasy football championship. Only on the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel. It's the Handicappers on Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube, 10 a.m. Eastern to noon Eastern. Sundays, all NFL season long.
Armchair Quarterbacks on YouTube Live. SEC, ACC, and Big Ten coverage like no other.
And we are back live. Charlie Morton is dug in and ready to roll as the first pitch misses outside the zone. Atlanta and Arizona just getting underway. It is 1-0. I'm sorry, it is 0-0. 1-0 is the count. Excuse me. Bottom of the first inning. Atlanta coming off of 3 consecutive wins against Arizona, trying to get the 4-game sweep going up against Mad Bum. They've got some difficult stats in front of against Mad Bum, and I'll get into that here in a minute. 2-1 is your count. Charlie Morton, 349 on the year, 106 whip, 207 batting average. And away we go here. Here's the delivery. And just outside. And it looks like we're going to call that a strike. And so it's now 2-2 is the pitch. Blues had a very questionable strike zone already. Leadoff hitter Rojas is already asking him what is going on, as did the Braves in the first inning. Here's the delivery, fouled off and off his foot, and we'll reset. It is now 2-2. Atlanta trying to make some room in between them and Philadelphia. Philadelphia won last night, and here's the 2-2 pitch. It is fouled off, and we'll reset again. Philadelphia won last night in come from behind fashion as they beat the Orioles, and so it's still 3 games in front. And here we go with the pitch. 2-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Bit of a curveball at his shins, and he could not lay off it. Strikeout as he loses his balance and falls to the ground. And Atlanta gets the first out of the inning as Charlie Morton gets the day off with the roll on a strikeout. Ball almost hit him. It might even had hit him, but he did offer at the pitch. Pointed to the fact that he did swing, and I think the ball just missed him, but man, it was close. And then we've got a 2-2 count, goes down on strikes, and that's going to bring up the number 2 hitter, Pavin Smith. Pavin Smith hitting 263 on the year, 11 home runs and 48 RBI. Pavin Smith digs in on the 0-1 count, and it's an excuse me swing. It's a dribbler to shortstop, and Dansby Swanson just puts it in his pocket. Doesn't even offer a throw. Not really sure why. Must have not have had a good grip. Looked like he had plenty of time to get Smith, but he just puts it in his pocket. It was almost like a really long push bump. And yep, that's exactly what it was. He went to grab it and he kind of lost it in his glove. And by the time he got a full grip on it, it was too late. So Pavin's going to be on base. I would think they're going to give that an error, as the Braves are 0-0 here with Arizona. And that'll bring up Peralta to the plate. First pitch outside, 97 miles an hour. 1-0 is the count. And Peralta coming in with the 259 batting average and 8 home runs, 58 RBIs from the left side of the plate. Righty versus lefty matchup here. And Morton fires in off-speed pitch, and it misses just below the zone and is quickly 2-0. Thank you for joining us today here on Braves Baseball as we bring you 9-inning fair as the Atlanta Braves and Arizona Diamondbacks. Atlanta's trying to get the National League East division title sewn up, as the American League Tampa Bay Rays clinched their playoff berth yesterday. They have not won the division yet, but they clinched the playoff berth with a win. Atlanta is looking to creep even farther, closer in. Their magic number is 9 going into today. 96 miles an hour, misses on the 3-0 pitch, and Charlie Morton's got trouble. 1 on and 2 out, 1 by an error and 1 by a free pass with 4 pitches. So that's going to bring Christian Walker to the plate. He went deep last night, if you were with us. Christian Walker hitting 239 on the year, 9 home runs, 43 RBI, and a 680 OPS. Kind of kicks the dirt and bangs his cleats with his bat as he gets ready. And runners on first and second, 1 away, bottom of the first inning. Here's the pitch, little high, 89 miles an hour, and we've got a called ball, so 1-0 will be the count. Atlanta heads to San Diego next. And the San Diego Padres are finishing up with the Giants. Here's a fastball across the plate, popped up high. It's popped up back of the screen. We'll have 1-1. Atlanta 0, Arizona 0, as we just begin this game, bottom of the first inning. Braves were sent down 1-2-3 in the first. So when we come back to looking at the top of the second, it'll be Austin Riley with his 31 home runs. And here's the 1-1 pitch as we get a new ball after the foul ball. Charlie Morton fires it in, off-speed pitch on the inside part of the plate, and it is called a strike. 1-2 is the count. Walker does not look happy, but it was definitely in the zone. Runners on first and second, 1 out. And here comes the 1-2 pitch, offering by Charlie Morton. And they're set up for a fastball. He fires one. It's another swing. 97 miles an hour down the first base line, and a little bit of a dribbler. Freddie Freeman is in front of it. He steps on the bag. So the good news is we get the second out of the inning. The bad news is the runners advance. So you'll have second and third with 2 away, and that'll bring Van Meter, the lefty, facing Charlie Morton. Van Meter just hitting 206 on the year, 5 home runs and 33 RBI. Van Meter, second baseman for the Arizona Diamondbacks, only 253 plate appearances. His MLB average, though, is right in that wheelhouse at 209. So Josh Van Meter digs in. Here's the first pitch of the at-bat. And it's a curveball for a called strike. Travis Darnode is behind the plate today. Travis Darnode will be hitting 6th behind Duvall when the top of the second comes up. And here we go. Another curveball on the outside part of the plate. And it is a called strike. We got an 0-2 count, 1 strike away from getting out of this first inning mess. Charlie Morton really liking that breaking ball, that curveball. He's already thrown it quite a bit in this inning. We'll see if he goes to it again. It's an 0-2 pitch to Van Meter. 206 average. And here's a curveball even lower in the zone. This time it's a swinging strike. Van Meter couldn't lay off of it. It was out of the zone, but we get out of the inning. And that's the third out. We're heading to the top of the second. Austin Riley's due up along with Duvall and Darnode. You're listening to Braves Baseball.
Cool. Wizard versus
We are back here, Braves Baseball. 0-0 the score. Top of the second, Austin Riley digs in against Madison Bumgarner, who had a clean frame at the top of the first. And Riley asked for time. Bumgarner steps off, and we'll reset again here as we get ready for the pitch. Here's the first pitch. Low and away, 87 miles an hour, and it is a 1-0 count. Austin Riley, 31 home runs and 95 RBI on the year. Bad ball here, set to work quickly. Here he comes with the outside curveball, and it's 2-0. Riley, an NL MVP in his own right. You keep hearing people chirp about Harper, but if you look at the WAR, I looked at it today. Riley actually has a 5.4 WAR, whereas Harper, swing and miss, strike one. Harper's WAR is 5.3. So I really feel like if I was a voter, I'd let it come down to who ends up winning the division, but we'll see what happens there. Here's the 2-1 delivery, and it is a fastball inside, skied high, but not a lot of length, and it'll actually be caught by the shortstop, Rojas, who is just underneath it. And that is one away here in the top of the second inning. Mad Bum was a part of a lot of trade rumors as Arizona has fallen out of it. Didn't seem like a lot of people had a lot of faith in his ability to go out and still perform at a high level. So he stayed put in Arizona, has actually pitched pretty decently over the stretch the last few months. We know what he can do in the postseason. Adam Duvall digs in. It is top of the second, 1 away. and he steps out of the box again, waiting for Mad Bum to clear the count. And here's the delivery. Fastball across the belt, and it is 0-1. Mad Bum on the 0-1 pitch. Sinker in the dirt, and it's evened up at 1-1. Adam Duvall involved in that wild play last night where he and Riley crossed paths on the base paths. One of your stranger plays of the 2021 season. And he hangs a curveball and he bangs it foul down the left field line. Bit of a hanger, but Duvall could not keep it straight. So we'll reset at a 1-2 pitch. Atlanta and Arizona tied 0-0, top of the second inning, one away. Here's the pitch, fastball across the middle and swinging a strike. And that is 2 away here. Mad Bum off to a fast start. 21 pitches in. He's got 2 outs in the top of the second. And the Braves still haven't gotten a hit off of Mad Bum. If you remember earlier this year, 7 innings, no hits allowed by Mad Bum. Of course, if he gets out of this inning without allowing a hit, there's going to be pundits out there talking about how he has had a complete 9-inning no-hitter against Atlanta. Travis d'Arnaud digs in, and the pitch is low, and we've got ball 1. d'Arnaud gets ready for the 1-0 delivery, and it is low, and that will take us to ball 2. Travis d'Arnaud behind the plate today, 231, 11 home runs, 31 RBIs. And here's the pitch, and it's roped into left field, and that'll break up his no-no this time as Atlanta's on the docket with the hit. Atlanta gets their catcher aboard, 2 away, and that'll bring up Dansby Swanson. So Atlanta's got 4 players on their roster with 30 home runs. There are only 11 in all of Major League Baseball with 30 home runs. Dansby Swanson, not likely, but he could be number 5 with 26 home runs so far this year. That'd have to get really hot down the stretch. You're talking about hitting 4 home runs in about 8 games. That's not really likely. As we all know, that's a monumental feat in Major League Baseball. But dare to dream. And, of course, if he does pull it off, here's the 1-0 pitch to Swanson and lays it across there. Easy curveball, and there's a called strike. If he were to reach that 30, I would say it'd be safe to say that Atlanta would probably end up winning the division, because that would be one hot batter at the bottom of your lineup, giving great production. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and sinker that comes a little high, and it's now 1-2 as Dansby trying to find a way to get Travis d'Arnaud home from first. Welcome to Braves Baseball. If you're just joining us, the score is 0-0. Here's the 1-2 pitch, low and outside, and it's evened up at 2-2. Atlanta winning the first 3 of games of this series, going for the 4-game sweep and trying to go 3.5 up on Philadelphia. The Philadelphia Phillies, as we wait for the pitch, they start their 4-game series tonight. And fastball banged outside, and it is going foul into the stands, and we'll redo this here in just a moment. The Pittsburgh Pirates head to Philadelphia tonight for a 4-game series. So the pressure stays on Atlanta as we will head to San Diego while the Phillies are at home against the Pirates. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and it is missed inside. And we have a full count, which means d'Arnaud will be on the run here in just a second. 3-2 count. 0-0 is your score. Top of the second inning. Atlanta's in Arizona for the final time this year. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and cutter fouled away, and we'll redo it. Darnode was on the move. Darnode heads back to first base, and don't want to wear out your catcher too much, but great way to foul off that pitch. And we now have a 3-2 count as the next pitch is missed. Here's a full count, and he bangs it foul again. So we've got another foul ball here. Looking at here is the eighth. That was the eighth pitch of the at bat, the ninth pitch coming up. And Bumgarner starting to labor a little bit. He's now at 32 pitches, which is what you want. You want to get him out of there and get into that Arizona bullpen. Here's the 3-2 count as Darnode gets set on the base paths. Dansby Swanson leans back and digs in, and Lieutenant Dan gets ready for the 3-2 pitch. Bumgarner steps off, and we'll do it all again here. Braves 0, Arizona 0, top of the second inning. And it is a called ball way outside the zone. Looked like a sinker pitch that just got away from Bumgarner. So he'll get first and second, 2 away. Bumgarner already starting to wipe the sweat away from him. So here we go. 2 on, 2 out. And Guillermo Heredia hitting 224, 4 RBI, 5 home runs, 25 RBI. And he's the righty versus lefty. He's playing center field today as Atlanta has a threat here at the top of the second inning. We're in the bottom of the first. Arizona had a threat and did not connect. So here's the first pitch, and it is an 86-mile-an-hour cutter hung across the plate. Heredia hammers it, and it's going to go foul, but he had a looking dead red on that pitch. He definitely was ready for that one. Looking at that pitch, he just kind of golfed it in there, and Heredia just couldn't stay back. If he stays back just a hair, he might have knocked it out of the park. It's at least a double down the line. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Is set up outside, 86 miles an hour, and they do call it a strike. Cutter on the outside part of the plate. Pretty liberal call there by the ump. But when you're Heredia going up against Mad Bum, you got to expect that he's going to get the benefit of the call. Here's the 0-2 pitch and the delivery, and ball in the same place. And this time it is called a ball. And so we've got a 1-2 count. Guillermo Heredia with the 673 OPS, but he does have some pop in his bat when he gets the groove on it and can definitely fly around the bases. Here's the 1-2 pitch outside, ball 2, evened up here. And Bumgarner is going to throw his 38th pitch of the game already here in the second inning, which is what you want. If he's able to reach Heredia, that would clear the pitcher spot in Charlie Morton as he is on deck. So here's the 2-2 count, and Mad Bum fires it just low and just foul as it is ripped down the third base line as the ball girl went to grab it and went right between her legs. And so now there's going to be a bit of a delay. She goes back to the back of the left field fence to retrieve that ball. And so we'll reset again here. Deuces are wild. 2 on, 2 out, 2-2 pitch. And Heredia is ready for Mad Bum as Mad Bum comes in for the delivery. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And it is fouled off again. This time a changeup. Just out in front of it was Heredia, and we'll reset. Gotta love the fight here in Heredia to at least build that pitch count up by Mad Bum. You'd love to clear the pitcher spot, but if not, you've at least gotten Mad Bum up to 40 pitches this inning. And here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, and that'll end the inning. The Atlanta Braves and Arizona Diamondbacks tied at 0. We'll be back from the break in just a flash.
It all starts with just one thing.
Welcome back here to Braves Baseball. Mac Magee along for the ride with you here as the Atlanta Braves and Arizona Diamondbacks are tied at 0, heading to the bottom of the second inning. Atlanta had a rally going, weren't quite able to score, but we have run Mad Bum's pitch count up to 40, so keep an eye on that as the game goes along. Leading off this inning, it's going to be for Arizona. It's going to be Vargas. Vargas hitting 175. Edermo Vargas, 175, no home runs and 6 RBI. He's a switch hitter. Hasn't had a lot of at-bats this year. More of a punch and Judy type hitter. And Charlie Morton gets set, and he's got the signal. And here we go for the first pitch of the bottom of the second inning. Welcome to Braves Baseball. Charlie Morton, here's the delivery, and strike across the chest, 95 miles an hour, and it's quickly 0-1. Atlanta clinging to a 3-game lead against the Philadelphia Phillies, who will host the Pirates tonight. Here's the pitch. Fastball ripped into a diving catch by Ozzie Albies. That ball was heading to left center field, and Ozzie Albies, playing just over the second base bag, makes a diving catch, left his feet parallel with the ground, slams into the dirt, but he makes the catch. And not only are his teammates giving him a little bit of a standing ovation, the Arizona crowd seems to be very impressed by it. Incredible play by Ozzie Albies, who's had one heck of a week, getting his 30th home run last night. And the magic continues. That will bring up Carson Kelly, the catcher for the Diamondbacks. And the first pitch is called outside. It's 1-0. 1-0 pitch down low, missed, and it's 2-0 to Carson Kelly. Carson Kelly, the Hind catcher, is hitting .231 on the year, 11 home runs, and 39 RBI. We'll keep you abreast of what's going on in the rest of Major League Baseball as this broadcast goes along. San Francisco and San Diego are just underway in San Diego, as San Francisco has their own problems to worry about with the LA Dodgers hot on their heels. Charlie Morton, 3-0 pitch, and it is missed inside. So a 4-pitch walk to Carson Kelly gets things going for the Arizona Diamondbacks here in the bottom of the second. Atlanta and Arizona tied up 0-0, bottom of 2, and one away after the diving catch by Ozzie Albies. Incredible play by Ozzie. We appreciate you joining us here today for Braves Baseball. This will be Jake McCarthy for the Diamondbacks, hitting .205, the young left-handed center fielder for the D-backs. First pitch swung on and missed, curveball, and it's 0-1. McCarthy is a prospect that Arizona is very high on. He's made a couple of good plays during this series. He also made the one where the ball popped out of his glove and went over the wall with all the confusion last night. That was McCarthy, but it still was an athletic play that he didn't complete the catch. Here's the 0-1 pitch on the outside part, fouled away, and it's quickly 0-2 as Atlanta trying to thwart this rally. Ozzie Albies led the inning off with a diving catch and then a 4-pitch walk. So we've got a runner on first, an 0-2 count. And here's the pitch. 83 miles an hour. Curveball. Did he offer? Third base Blue is saying no, so the count will be 1-2. 1-2 the count for McCarthy. And Morton, along with Mad Bum, both work very quickly to keep the defense alert. They also believe that it keeps the batter off edge. And so here comes the delivery. 1-2. Curveball, same place. Did not offer at it at all this time. We got a count that is now 2-2, one on, one away, and Mad Bum is on deck, the pitcher spot. Normally, you would not worry about that. He's hitting 111. Here's a curveball banged into the ground. Freddie Freeman gets it, fires it over second, gets it, fires it back to first, and just beat by a half step, almost a double play. Riley could not quite get the ball back relayed as McCarthy has got some wheels. So Atlanta does get the lead runner at second, but Riley, because of the shift, was playing for the double play combo. And though he fired it down the pipe, McCarthy with his wheels, I don't know if anyone would have gotten that. So McCarthy's on first, Mad Bum the pitcher. And like I said, normally you wouldn't worry about a pitcher hitting 111 with no home runs on the years, but we know Mad Bum has got some pop at his bat, and he swings for the downs. And you know Morton's thinking about that. First pitch, it's a called strike, 96 miles an hour on the black. So this isn't a typical pitcher spot. You can't just go in there and lay something in there because Mad Bum will absolutely swing out of his shoes. Has hit a couple of big-time home runs. Mad Bum is built like a tree himself, bats from the right-hand side, though he throws from the left. You don't see that a lot from pitchers. Normally, here's the 0-1 pitch. So we get set and curveball outside. It's 1-1. Typically, you want your pitcher to hit and pitch from the same side so they don't have their pitching arm exposed. But Mad Bum has been asked about this before, and he says, "Nope, none of that. I want to be able to swing." He's actually looked into playing DH if the National League goes to the designated hitter rule. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and off speed just inside, 81 miles an hour, and it is 2-1. Mad Bum trying to get a rally going here for the Arizona Diamondbacks. The score is tied 0-0. Bottom of the second inning, 2-1 count as Charlie Morton looks in, and here's the pitch, 96 miles an hour across the chest, swung on and fouled down the third base line, and we'll do it again. It is a 2-2 count, and it looked like McCarthy was actually going on that pitch, possibly even a hit and run. So now you got the 2-2 pitch, and Mad Bum's one of the few pitchers in baseball that you could actually put a hit and run on. Pretty good with the stick. Here's a curveball. He fights it off foul, and we'll do it again. It's a 2-2 count. Not many pitchers in baseball you would put a hit and run on with, but Mad Bum does handle the bat pretty well. Here's the 2-2 count. Of course, he's one of the more vocal people about not wanting the designated hitter rule in the National League. Amen to that. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and it's on the way. Curveball swung on and missed. Strike three. Atlanta's out of the jam. And when we come back, pitcher spot, Charlie Morton will be up along with Jorge Soler and Freddie Freeman. You're listening to Braves Baseball. Welcome back here to Braves Baseball. Mac McGee along for the ride with you here as the Atlanta Braves are tied up with the Arizona Diamondbacks. We've just finished 2 innings. It's 0-0, top of the 3rd inning. And Atlanta trying to get another half game in front of Philadelphia as they will take on the Pirates tonight. We are looking forward to pulling against the Philadelphia Phillies tonight. Well, I will definitely be dialed into that. The Thursday night football tonight, not very intriguing. It's Carolina versus Houston. Tyrod Taylor's not expected to play. So I can't imagine a lot of people are going to be dug into that. You've either got fantasy football or a little bit of a gambling problem, which is fine, but not the most exciting Thursday night game. Here's the first pitch, and it's 1-0, and Mad Bum looks in at Charlie Morton, delivers a slider across it, and we got a 1-1 count. He's working quickly, and here comes the delivery, and another slider in the dirt. It is 1-2. Charlie Morton hitting 137 on the year. Typically not one of your better hitting pitchers, but decent. And here comes the 1-2 count, and he hits a soft line drive over to third base, and Arizona's Vargas is able to corral it, and there's one away here in the top of the 3rd inning. If you're just joining us, 0-0 Atlanta versus Arizona, 0-0 top of the 3rd, and that's going to bring the top of the order to the plate as Jorge Soler comes up. He's 0 for 1, and he waits for the delivery. And here's the pitch. A slider swung on and missed, and it's 0-1. Jorge Soler batting .219 on the year. 24 home runs, 62 RBIs. Here's the 1-1 count. And it's inside 91 miles an hour, so we're going to get a 1-1 pitch for Soler here in just a second. And Soler trying to get something going here, just recently moved to the top of the lineup in the leadoff spot. 1-1 pitch, and it's in the dirt, ball 2. Soler moved to the lineup, to the top of the lineup as a move by the Atlanta Braves to try to get things going at the top, put Freddie at the 2nd slot and Ozzie Albies in the 3rd hole. 2-1 pitch, swung on and just hit foul. It'll be 2-2. We will reset here. And Atlanta is tied up 0-0. Still no scoring here early in the game, as 4th game of a 4-game series. Atlanta's won the first 3. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and it's a soft comebacker to Madison Bumgarner, and that will be the 2nd out of the inning, bringing Freddie Freeman to the plate. Freddie Freeman, 368 and a 1047 OPS this month, 12 extra base hits. He's really stepped up his game and starting to, I can't say carry the team, but he's definitely one of the catalysts. Atlanta's got such a deep lineup this year. Even with the losses of Ozuna and Acuna, Atlanta still has one of the better offenses in the National League. Freddie gets set for the first pitch. And here we go. Fastball on the outside part of the plate, and it is 1-0. Freddie Freeman trying to get something going here in the top of the 3rd inning. Madison Bumgarner up to 50 pitches, working pretty quickly this inning. He was at 40 at the end of 2. And it's a low strike called on the outside, and you see Freddie biting his tongue as he does not believe, nor do I, that was a strike. I mean, that is a pitcher's call if I've ever seen it. Here's the 1-1 pitch, outside fastball, and it is 2-1. Atlanta, 3 games in front of Philadelphia, as we are in the thick of it here. Just a little over a week left in the season. Atlanta trying to make 4th consecutive division title. Here's the 2-1 pitch inside, and it is 3-1. So Freddie can now sit dead red and be ready for whatever comes his way. Freddie Freeman gets set for the 3-1 pitch, and sinker on the outside part of the plate, fouled away, and it's going to be 3-2. 3-2 pitch here, top of the 3rd inning. Thank you for joining us with Braves baseball this Thursday afternoon, wherever you're at. If you're in work in a cubicle, if you're at home with a cold one, welcome to Braves baseball. I'm Mac Magee, and I'll bring you the entire game. Here's a 3-2 pitch inside, almost hit Freddie, and looked like he was trying to go for an all-speed slider, just lost control of it, and sends Freddie to first, and Mad Bum is mad at himself, as only he can do. So here we go. It brings Ozzie to the plate. He hit his 30th home run last night, becoming the youngest second baseman at 30 home runs and 100 RBI in one season. As we come to you live here on YouTube, appreciate you spending your afternoon with us. We'll be here again tomorrow night for the first part of the doubleheader. Here's the 0-1 pitch, just missed. And it's 1-0 for Ozzie Albies. They're playing him a shift, and it is a severe shift. Van Meter, Rojas, and Vargas are all far left of the second base bag. Any kind of bleeder over to the right side is going to be a base hit, as Walker is onto first. So anything you could just punch over there, which I really don't know why this isn't done more, but anything that can be punched over there is going to be easily a single, maybe even more. Here's the 2-0 pitch as they dig in. Mad Bum comes across for the delivery. It's a cutter, and it's hit foul, so we'll be 2-0 going into this next pitch. Freddie was actually on the move trying to steal second base because Walker had given him a little bit of a leeway. Freddie's shaking his head, and I think he's basically saying, Ozzie, take that pitch, my man. I want to stand on second. You swung at it, ruining what was the perfect scoring opportunity. Ozzie Albies still just 24 years old, learning the game. Here comes an 86-mile-an-hour cutter, hit inside. He gets it high. He hits it far. He hits it deep. The left fielder, Peralta, is backing up to the wall. He jumps for it. He is not going to catch it. It rattles around over there in the left field wall, and Freddie Freeman's going to come darting around the bases to score a balloon shot that stayed in the park, and the Braves lead 1-0. Ozzie Albies with a unbelievable, the best way to describe it would be a rainbow golf type of shot that went right into the left field corner. If you're familiar with the stadium, there's a little bit of an indent, and it looked like one of the fans may have touched it. I don't know if they're going to review it. It looks like they are going to review it. So this run may come back because this idiot fan who should be kicked out of the game reached over the wall and interfered, almost like what was the kid's name? Jeremy something, that in the Yankees Baltimore game in 96, where he leaned over the wall and interfered with the ball. Can't tell. They're going to show the replay, but this idiot fan should definitely be kicked out. That's for sure. Because when you lean over in the field of play in fair territory and you touch the ball, you're usually asked to leave the stadium. Now it worked out for Arizona, but still, this idiot fan, if he didn't touch it, it went straight through his hands. Now it's going to come down to, can they have enough evidence that he actually touched it? It looked like he probably touched it and it went through his hands. I guess his hands are made of paper mache because he had them cupped and the ball went through it like wet toilet paper. So it looks like he probably touched it. So you could have an umpire review that would put Freddie on third base, which is absolutely ridiculous. And this chowderhead of a fan is sitting there. He's smiling and looking. If the Arizona security is worth their grain of salt, this fan should be kicked out of the game. And normally I'm not for that. I like the fans have fun, but you're not supposed to lean over in fair territory to interfere with the ball. So we wait on the review, and when we do that, we're going to go ahead and get you caught up on the scoreboard. Is all you're missing right now is everyone standing around talking and Blue trying to get the call from New York. Now, if I know anything about this, watching the Braves all year long, it's going to go Arizona's way. Seems like everything with Atlanta goes their way. Everything with Atlanta reviews goes against them. When the ball hits the guy's hands or as he's cupping them, you can't tell if it actually hit his hands or if he just absolutely gaffed on it. Common sense tells you it probably hit his hands, so they'll probably put Freddie on third, but we'll see what happens because common sense isn't very common, especially in the Major League Baseball umpiring here in 2021. So we'll see what happens as they're all on a powwow with the headsets on. Looking around the league, the Milwaukee Brewers lead the Cardinals 5-1 very early on in the game. And it is now top of the seventh. It just reloaded. Top of the seventh. So the Brewers up 5-1 over the Cardinals. The Cardinals had been on an incredible streak, and it looks like they are putting Freddie back on third base or pointing. Let's see. The Arizona manager's coming out to talk to Blue, and we're going to see what we're actually getting because they have not taken the run off the board yet. Ozzie Albies is still standing on second. It looks like the run may stand. And so the Arizona, it looks like the run's going to stand. And that's what the Arizona manager is coming at. He's disputing it. Typically, that would be second and third in a ground rule double, but it is up to the umpire's discretion. And if he believes that he was going to score anyways, because once again, the fan puts the hands and if he touched it, he barely touched it. So it really didn't have much to do with what the ball would have been caught or not. And so the umpire, actually, one of the first times I've seen this in quite some time, is using common sense and saying Freddie would have scored. So the Braves do lead 1-0. And here comes Austin Riley to the plate. First pitch is on for a strike. It's a low strike, but it is a strike, and it is 1-1. Dodgers and Rockies are tied 3-3. Middle of the fourth inning. A's over the Mariners. A lot of day games today. Padres lead the Giants 1-0. And here's the 0-1 pitch. Lasered into left field. It is a hanger. Austin Riley hammers it. It is high. It is far. It is deep. Bam, Balooza. That thing is gone about 7 or 8 rows back. And Austin Riley hammers his 32nd home run of the year. Atlanta leads 3-0 here in the top of the third inning. That was just, it looked like it was a slider that didn't slide. A 77-mile-an-hour jobber that was about belt high, and Austin made him pay. He did not miss that thing at all. So quickly, Atlanta goes from being no hit by Mad Bum earlier in the year to a 3-0 lead. And interesting enough, Mad Bum in his career has a 27% strikeout rate and a 156 batting average against the current Braves roster, but not today. It's 3-0 Atlanta as Duvall gets a called first strike on the first pitch and swing and a miss, and it's strike number 2. So the 0-2 count. Atlanta leads 3-0, and Heredia is over there hugging Riley in the dugout as they're doing the sword thing and laughing, and Atlanta leads 3-0. You got to love that. Here's the 0-2 pitch on the outside curveball, called ball one, and it's a 1-2 count. Atlanta leads 3-0. Welcome to Braves Baseball. Appreciate you spending your afternoon here as Atlanta jumps out on top here. And the 1-2 pitch, it is now 2-2, same pitch, same location, outside, and away we go. Atlanta leading 3-0, trying to build on that lead in the National League East, 3 games up on the Philadelphia Phillies. Here comes curveball, hung up a little bit, and it is tomahawked into left field for a single, and Adam Duvall stands on first. We've got a runner on. We've got something cooking here once again here in the top of the 3rd inning. Mad Bum starting to really show some where he's at. 66 pitches right now. 66 pitches, as that'll bring Darnode to the plate, and Darnode steps in for the first pitch. And pickoff attempt over to first base, nothing doing. Duvall stays put. Duvall's a bigger guy. He's known for his home runs, but he does have some wheels. Here's the first pitch coming to Darnode. It'll be the 67th pitch of the game, just the 3rd inning for Mad Bum. And Darnode steps out for a second, so we reset, and he swings at a changeup. It's banged into the dirt and over to third base. Third base easily makes the play. The Diamondbacks are out of the inning, but not before Austin Riley gets a 2-run shot after Ozzie Albies RBI double. The Braves lead at 3-0. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Baseball. Keep it locked in. Welcome back here to Braves Baseball. 9-game hitting streak for Austin Riley, hitting .378, slugging .730, and 1108 OPS with 7 extra base hits. He went yard in the top of the 3rd inning. Braves lead at 3-0. Here's the first pitch from Morton to Rojas, and it is low for ball 1. Atlanta leads 3-0. Off 3 runs in the top of the 3rd inning, really getting to Mad Bum. His pitch counts up to 67. And Charlie Morton misses for ball 2. Atlanta, 3-game lead over the Phillies. Fastball on the outside part of the plate. It is now 3-0. And if this was to end today, they would play the Milwaukee Brewers in the first round. Milwaukee, we'll get into the standings here in a second. But Milwaukee and Atlanta, what a fun series that would be, considering the history of the Braves franchise moving from Milwaukee to Atlanta in 1966. Here's a 3-1 pitch on the outside, and it is now 3-2, and they'll change the shift. They'll go to a straight up defensive shift as Charlie Morton gets the sign, and here's the delivery set up outside, but they go inside with a curveball, and 82 miles an hour, Rojas shaking his head, believing that he got jobbed on one of the earlier calls, a swing and a miss, and it's strike 3 to start off the bottom of the 3rd. Looking at the standings around Major League Baseball as we get set for the first pitch to Pavin Smith. Here's the first pitch. It's 83 miles an hour across the plate, and it is called for a strike. Looked like a beginning of a curveball that was just a little higher than the other ones. And here's the 0-1 pitch. Change up outside, and it is 1-1. Charlie Morton working fast as he always does. And Pavin Smith is 1 for 1. Got a single earlier. See if we can see 1-1 pitch. Another change up outside, and it's ball 2, 2-1. Charlie Morton working at a decent pace, 46 pitches through 2 1/3. You like to see it a little lower, but it's nothing to be concerned with. 95 mile an hour fastball fouled back, and it's 2-2. Looking at the National League race right now, Atlanta leads Philly by 3 and the Mets by 8. The Mets, for all intents and purposes, are done. Milwaukee has an 8.5 game lead on the Cardinals as Pavin Smith fouls off the 2-2 pitch once again. We'll restart it once again. That game is not quite final, but it looked like at last look, we'll get you updated that Milwaukee is going to end the 11-game winning streak by the St. Louis Cardinals. They were up late in that game. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and it's ripped foul. We'll do it again, 2-2. Giants and Dodgers are just separated by 2 games in the NL West. If you look at the wild card standings, Red Sox lead the Yankees, and 2-2 pitch. It's in the dirt, almost hits Smith, and it's not going to be a full count. Looked like it was a bit of a curveball in the dirt that just missed Smith. And so we'll set this up again. 1 away, 3-2 count. Charlie Morton on the bump, and the Braves lead at 3-0 off a 3-run score in the top of the 3rd against Madison Bumgarner. Here's a 3-2 pitch, and 4-seamer right down the center, and it caught him looking. That's out number 2. And Charlie Morton now has 5 strikeouts on the day. And that'll bring Peralta up to the plate. Red Sox and Yankees are leading the American League wild card right now. The Red Sox have a 2-game edge over the Yankees for the home field in the wild card game. Toronto is a half game behind the Yankees. Now, this weekend, the Yankees will play the Red Sox. And then early next week, the Yankees will play the Blue Jays. So a lot of this is going to get nitty-gritty and white-knuckled as it comes down to the wire. Here's the first pitch, and it is a called fastball first strike. 0-1 is the count to Peralta. Over in the National League, the only drama left in the wild card is can anyone catch the Cardinals for the second wild card. St. Louis has a 4.5 game lead on Cincinnati and Philadelphia. Essentially, the Padres are done. 0-1 pitch, fastball on the outside part, hits the black, and it's 0-2. Remarkable that the Padres have just fallen apart. All that money, all those moves they made in the offseason, this team was a prohibitive favorite to make the playoffs. Here's the 0-2 pitch, fastball, and it is hit high, deep down the left field line. It's going to go foul, just foul, and probably would have cleared the fence if it could have stayed fair. So we will reset here an 0-2 count on Peralta. That fastball got a little bit too much of the plate for Charlie Morton's liking. So he digs in to try to get through inning number 3 here. Here's the 0-2 pitch, sets up outside. Swing and a miss, strike 3, 97 miles an hour, and we head to the top of 4. Hotlanta, GA, your Atlanta Braves lead at 3-0. We'll be back in just a flash. Welcome back here to Braves Baseball as Dansby Swanson digs in and low first pitch. It's ball number 1. Madison Bumgarner comes back out 68 pitches into the game, and 1-0 pitch, low and outside, fouled back 89 miles an hour. And it's 1-1 here as we begin the 4th inning. The Atlanta Braves leading the Diamondbacks 3-0, and the 1-1 count. Slider down in the dirt. Dansby actually loses his helmet swinging at it. It's a strike, and the count is now 1-2. Atlanta 3, Arizona 0. Top of the 4th, no outs. If you're just joining us, Austin Riley went yard. Ozzie Albies RBI double in the top of the 3rd. Fastball inside, missed, and it's now 2-2. Atlanta 3 games in front of Philly, and here comes a fastball. It's hit high. It's hit deep down the right field line. Giving chase is the right fielder, Pavin Smith. Pavin Smith goes into the corner, and he tracks it down for the catch. One away as he had to go deep into the corner on the warning track for out number 1. First out of the inning, we'll bring up Guillermo Heredia, who's 0 for 1. He struck out in the second inning. Atlanta had a rally going in the second as well. The only clean inning so far by Mad Bum was the first inning, where he got some questionable strikes called his way. And here comes the first pitch, 1-0, missed, and quickly resets. And it's swung on a miss, fouled away, pulled to the right, and it'll be 1-1 with Heredia versus Mad Bum. Thank you for joining Braves Baseball today. It's the fourth game of a 4-game series. The Braves have won the first 3. And here's the 1-1 pitch. Fastball on the inside and called strike. And it's 1-2. Now tomorrow, Atlanta plays suspended game versus the Padres. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Foul to the right-hand side. We'll do it again at 1-2. Now, they were already set to play the Padres at 10 p.m. Eastern. And that game is going to be on ESPN. We will not be here for that game, for the late game. So I've got a really early show that I do for college football on Saturday mornings. But the early game, here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Mad Bums quickly got 2 outs here in the 4th inning. We're going to bring you the first game of that half doubleheader. And the reason why I'm calling it a half doubleheader is the first game is the conclusion of the suspended game from game 2 of a doubleheader that was played in Atlanta earlier this summer. And here's the first pitch to Charlie Morton. Pitcher spot going to get cleared here in the top of the 4th. 0-1 pitch to Charlie Morton, and he fouls it off. Will it stay in play? First baseman giving it chase, and sure enough, it is an out as Christian Walker is able to corral it. That's going to do it for this inning. We'll be back in a second, and I'll explain the doubleheader tomorrow. Braves baseball, Atlanta up 3-0 over Arizona. We'll be back in just a minute. Welcome back, friends, here to Atlanta Braves baseball. We are heading to the bottom of the 4th inning where the Atlanta Braves lead 3-0. And to finish that thought from the previous inning about tomorrow's game, so they're going to complete the game from back on July 21st, It's in the bottom of the fifth inning. It's a 7-inning game because it was a part of a doubleheader. First pitch will be 8:10 Eastern. I will come on at 8 o'clock Eastern tomorrow night to bring you that. And then game 2 will not be able to bring you because, like I said, I've got a prior commitment the following morning. But Atlanta Braves will be here tomorrow night at 8 o'clock Eastern. That's going to finish. They're down 5-4, bottom of the fifth inning. So we've got 3 more ups. So we will still be the home team, even though the game is being played in Petco Park in San Diego. So I know that's a little kooky and strange, but they weren't going to bring them all the way back over to Atlanta to play 3 innings. Here's the first pitch, and it's a called strike, and Morton gets set for Christian Walker, who digs in, and Walker fouls off the second pitch, and we're 0-2, and we're underway here in the bottom of the fourth where Atlanta leads 3-0. So that's where it's at. And so Atlanta's going to play basically 3.5 games in 3 days, as Atlanta will try to rally in that first game against San Diego, and then will then have an off day on Monday if everything goes according to plan, and we will have Phillies Braves, and I will be bringing you Phillies Braves all next week along with the Phillies Mets, hopefully heading towards another division crown, as Atlanta 3 consecutive NL East crowns, each time the underdog, and each time they find a way. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and it's strike 1-2. The ball is fouled off to the right-hand side. We'll get set for the 1-2 pitch from Morton. Morton to Walker, and Walker takes high fastball for ball 2, and it's 2-2. Christian Walker, first baseman for the Arizona Diamondbacks, still a young man and was a highly touted prospect when he first came up for Arizona. Here's the 2-2 pitch, low and away, 96 miles an hour fastball, and that'll bring it to a full count. Atlanta leading 3-0, trying to get up off the mat here and pull off a 4-game sweep, as they had a terrible homestand against Arizona earlier in the year. Fly ball deep to right field. It is going to curl foul, but Jorge Soler is there for the catch for out number 1. Atlanta leads 3-0. We're in the bottom of the fourth. Welcome to Braves baseball, as Atlanta trying to go in there, even when it's an Arizona team that is not very good this year. If they can pull off a 4-game sweep, it would be huge this time of year. Absolutely enormous. Don't have to tell you that, right? All right, here's the first pitch to Van Meter. 1-0 is the count as he misses outside. The 1-0 count to Van Meter. It's a curveball, missed just inside, but he swung on a miss. It's 1-1. 3-0 Atlanta. Bottom of the fourth inning. Braves baseball coming to you live. I'm Mac Magee, and here's the 1-1 pitch. Fastball on the outside part of the plate, and we've got strike number 2. Looking for the 1-2 put out here, as Charlie Morton is now 65 pitches into the afternoon in the fourth inning. Not terrible. Would you like it a little lower? But here's the 1-2 pitch. And curveball outside the zone and inside. He's been going inside that curveball quite a bit to lefties today. He misses, and it is 2-2. trying to get him to swing at that. And it is a tempting pitch, especially when you're sitting there with 2 strikes to try to defend. It's human nature to try to swing and keep yourself alive. Here's the pitch, goes in the same area, but this one catches the plate. It's a swing and a miss. Strike number 3. And Charlie Morton, 7 Ks on the day, 3 2/3. Dropping his ERA down to 3.42. Remember, Charlie Morton re-signed with the Braves, so he'll be back for the 2022 season, as will we. And 2022 season, and it'll be a club option for 23. And if he's pitching anything like he's pitching now, I would assume he's going to be with Atlanta for quite some time. He's getting up there in age. He's 37 years old this year, but maybe he'll go Brady about it. Pitch till he's 50, as Brady's talked about with football here recently. Can you imagine? Here's the first pitch to number 6 hitter Vargas, outside corner, and called for a ball, 95 miles an hour. As long as he's got that mid-90s fastball, I think Charlie Morton will pitch. But he seems like he's only interested in pitching for 2 franchises, either Atlanta or Tampa Bay. He has a house in the Tampa region and does not want to be too far away from his family. So he's willing to play in Atlanta, but he talked about it before. He's not willing to go to Los Angeles or New York, etc. Here's the 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss, and we'll get it to 1-2. Not willing to go to one of these bigger cities to chase down a ring. He wants to stay in the South. Amen to that, right? Braves country. As the Atlanta Braves lead here 3-0, bottom of the 4th. If you can pick where you're going to live and you don't have to move to one of the bigger cities, why wouldn't you stay in Georgia or Florida? Though Atlanta is a big city, there's nice areas outside it, and he definitely has the means to stay in those areas. 1-2 pitch on the way, and it is banged into the ground. Ozzie Albies with a great play past second base. He is going to gun down Vargas for the 3rd out of the inning. We head to the break. Atlanta Braves coming to the top of the order. Soler, Freeman, and Albies. Oh my, we'll be back in a flash. Atlanta leads it 3-0. Welcome back here to Braves baseball. Atlanta leads it 3-0 as we head to the top of the 5th inning. Trying to get back to Atlanta, still leading the East. They're in good shape right now. First pitch, 89 miles an hour. Jorge Soler swings at the first pitch, not what you want from your leadoff hitter, and it's a can of corn in the middle of the infield. Christian Walker will snag it for the first out. Atlanta leads 3-0. You want Soler to get on and swing at the pitch that he wants, but you also want him to be a little more picky at the pitches he's swinging. The past couple of nights, he's been 1 and 2 pitches and done. It's not what you want out of a leadoff hitter, which is why they took Ozzie out of it. I don't know why Soler has not picked up on this, but away we go. First pitch to Freddie Freeman, called strike, and 0-1. As Atlanta trying to get something going against Mad Bum, who's settled down a bit after giving up 3 runs in the 3rd inning. Here comes the slider. It's in the dirt, and it's ball number 1. Freddie Freeman hitting .303 on the year. Scored earlier in the game off the double from Ozzie Albies. Here comes the 1-1 pitch, and low for ball number 2. Change up slider type pitch, and Freddie's got a 2-1 count. So he'll be looking for something that he can drive. Freddie Freeman with 31 home runs on the year. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. Curveball, and it's 2-2. Austin Riley hit his 32nd one of the year earlier today. Duvall leads the team with 37, but Riley's all of his 32 have been with Atlanta. Here's the 3-2 pitch, fouled off, 85 miles an hour. Looks like a slider, and it fouled back against the screen, so we'll reset again at 2-2. Freddie Freeman digs in, and the 2-2 delivery. Swung on and hit deep to left field just before the warning track, though. The left fielder for the Arizona Diamondbacks, Peralta's got it. He's underneath it, and it's out number 2. That'll bring Ozzie Albies to the plate with 2 outs, nobody on. Top of 5, Atlanta leads at 3-0. Ozzie Albies cleared Freddie Freeman in a controversial double in the 3rd inning, and then was later driven in by Austin Riley's mammoth home run. Here comes the first pitch to Ozzie, and he bangs it foul for the first pitch, for the first strike. It's 0-1. San Diego leads San Francisco 4-2. They're just getting underway as well. They are in the top of the 3rd inning. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and it's a ball outside the zone. Ozzie did not offer. So here we go. Ozzie Albies getting ready for the 1-1 pitch. Catcher sets up inside, and it is rocketed into left field for a single, clean single, as Mad Bum looks like this is the 2nd or 3rd time that he's hung that cutter. And when he hangs it in the center of the plate, it's really easy for the right-handed hitters to hammer it. The same pitch from Riley, same pitch that Duvall got a hold of. Kind of just missing his spot. He's got 1 on, 2 away. Ozzie with a lot of speed. See if he decides to use it on the base pass here. And here comes Austin Riley for the first pitch. 94 miles an hour. It's outside the zone, but Blue calls it a strike, and it's 0-1. It was that cutter on the outside. Ozzie goes, and they're going to try to throw him out to second base. Here comes the cutoff play, the pickoff play. They throw it down to second, and Ozzie is tagged out, caught stealing. Pickoff throw by Mad Bum. There will not be a replay. You got him dead to rights. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. The Atlanta Braves lead the Arizona Diamondbacks 3-0 in Phoenix. We'll be back in just a flash.
The Armchair Quarterbacks on YouTube Live, covering the AFC South and NFC South along with the rest of the NFL. Subscribe and like us today. Your first choice for sports talk live from the First Coast.
Screen pass to Trace. But wait a second. I think there's a flag on the play.
All right, you guys got holding on number 97, right?
Yeah, definitely holding. No touchdown.
All right, make the call.
Yeah, I mean, it was holding.
So make the call.
Or, we say the flag was for an excessive celebration so they can keep the touchdown and apply the penalty to the kickoff, huh? What do you say?
What are you talking about? I didn't see excessive celebration.
You sure? I could have sworn I saw a little nay-nay going on.
What's going on with you, man?
All right, look, guys, I got to be real with you. Trayshawn DeAndre just scored that touchdown. Okay, I have him on my fantasy team this week. I need these points.
What? Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not kidding you, Bill. I'm playing against my father-in-law this week, and if he doesn't score this touchdown, I lose.
Well, I'm not going to let you make a bad call because you're in some fantasy football league.
Make the call.
Craig, no. If you make one bad call.
This works out perfectly, Bill. I started the quarterback who threw the touchdown pass. We're going to have to ignore the holding call.
I have the kicker, and I was kind of hoping that he wouldn't convert on third down, so he'd have to kick the field goal.
Armchair.
I'm 7-0 this season.
You auto-drafted.
That's what all the great GMs do. They delegate.
You didn't do anything.
Yeah, I did. I set the cue.
Without fantasy football, what would friends talk about?
I almost wore shorts today.
Oh.
I was going to do a sweatshirt shorts combo. Switched to pants instead.
Armchair.
Welcome back here to Atlanta Braves baseball as we coming to you live. Atlanta Braves, bottom of the fifth, 1-1 is the count as we come back to Carson Kelly digging in. They came back just a little early, so we do apologize. And here Carson Kelly digs in. He's hitting 231 on the year as they change out the ball, so you're not missing anything. It's a swinging strike and a sinker outside the zone that started it off. So it's 1-1, and we get ready for the next pitch. Kelly digging in, getting ready to resume play. And San Francisco trails San Diego 4-2. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and it is a called strike, 1-2 on the outside part of the plate. As Braves baseball, bottom of the fifth inning. Here we go. And ball swung on, hit high, hit deep to left center field. It looks like Duvall's going to be underneath it. He is, and it's out number one. Atlanta, bottom of the fifth, leads 3-0. Big game for Atlanta as they're trying to put pressure on Philadelphia, who begins a 4-game series later on this evening against Pittsburgh. But that is a bit of a rivalry. Remember, that used to be an old divisional rivalry, but it is an in-state rivalry. And so there is something to be said for the fact that even though it's in Philly, and even though it's against the Pirates will come out with all guns blazing. So Atlanta might have a chance to see Philly lose 1 or 2 games, which would be much appreciated, as we're going to have 4 games in San Diego over the next 3 days starting tomorrow. Here's bottom of the fifth, 3-0. Atlanta leads, and the 0-1 pitch, outside called strike, and McCarthy is quickly down 0-2. McCarthy, the center fielder, lefty versus righty matchup here. So we get ready. 0-2, swung on and hit into right field just over the outstretched arms of Austin Riley. And Soler corrals the ball. He guns it into second base as McCarthy's trying to stretch it into 2. The ball skips away, and McCarthy will be in for a 1-out double to get things going here in the bottom of the 5th inning. for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Arizona trying to get something going here. Now, this is going to be the pitcher's spot. Mad Bum, will they pull him? And they are going to pull him. So that'll be it for Mad Bum. Madison Bumgarner, he finishes the day with 5 innings pitched, 3 earned runs, and that'll do it for him. And here's the first pitch, as the pinch hitter will be Varsho. Got to worry about his speed. He has dropped a couple of bunts down the line in this series. And wind up the pitch on the 1-1 count. And it is a curveball below the knees, swinging a strike by Varsho. It's 0-2. Atlanta leads here 3-0, but there is something brewing here in the bottom of the 5th. Pinch hitter and the top of the orders is on the way. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and Varsho hits it into right field, and that's going to send McCarthy around. Soler guns it home. The throw is up the line, and Arizona's on the board. It's 3-1 Diamondbacks. Surprisingly, Varsho stood at first base, did not take advantage of the throw up the line. Varsho with a lot of speed. We've seen it on display in this series. So a bit of a break for Atlanta, that Soler throws it home and the ball skips away, and Varsho still standing on first base. Not sure what happened there. I don't know if he didn't see it, wasn't prepared to go, or lost his balance or whatever. But Varsho, for them to keep him on first base is huge. He is a base stealing threat, though. Here's the first pitch, and it's shoot up the gut to Ozzie. Ozzie's going to step on second, bangs it over to first. Double play. The Braves are out of the inning, out of the jam. Atlanta leads 3-1. We head to break. We'll be back here in just a flash. You're listening to Braves Baseball. Get your Sunday football morning started off right with the Handicappers on Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube, 10 a.m. Eastern to noon Eastern. Your Sunday morning kickoff show where we tackle your NFL lines out in the desert, a 61.2% win rate over the last 6 years. Against the spread, over, under, money line, you name it. And we dive into the world of fantasy football year-long and your DFS payouts. Your only true Southern football kickoff show that talks the spreads in Vegas, your DFS and fantasy, and your year-long quest to win that fantasy football championship. Only on the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel. It's the Handicappers on Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube, 10 a.m. Eastern to noon Eastern. Sundays, all NFL season long. I might audible. I'll use
Omaha! Red Polly! Blue poncho! Do it! Rambo! Give me Kershaw here, Kershaw!
You're listening to the Armchair Quarterbacks on CBS Sports Radio.
Japan! Richmond, New York! Richmond, Florida! Sally, Buffalo! Check! Hey, Short Ox! To the Raiders! Omaha!
Look at that. The Hendersons are getting a new fence.
Ah, who cares? They're swingers.
I want a new fence. That's it. We're never having sex again. Need a home loan fast? At the American Bank of Los Santos, we'll help you get the debt you need to make life easier. We'll show you how to look richer and be poorer. You need to impress people fast, not in 20 years. It's only a risk if you get into money troubles or the economy changes. Call American Bank of Los Santos. Now that the kids have moved out and have drug problems of their own, maybe it's time to install a luxury marble wet bar so you can get drunk in private. American Bank of Los Santos. Why worry about tomorrow if you look inadequate today?
Welcome back here to Braves Baseball. As they keep bringing up the fact that the Braves have a tougher road as opposed to Philadelphia down the stretch. And they've been talking about this for a few weeks now. Well, the Braves have actually leapfrogged the Phillies. They have a 3-game lead. And at this point, you can't complain about that anymore. You played all the same opponents. You had your opportunities earlier in the year. So you've got to play the games in front of you. And Atlanta's done a fine job themselves. Now, the big question is, how are they going to do against San Diego next? And they'll get home. And once you get home, if you're in first place, it's all in front of you. You get the Phillies and the Mets, 2 teams in your division you're very aware of. As we start the top of the 6th inning, Atlanta up 3-1. And Atlanta, Austin Riley digs in, takes the first pitch, and it's 0-1 that starts off the at bat. Got a new pitcher, and it's Widener. Widener fires in a second pitch for a called strike, and it's quickly 0-2. But you got to win the games in front of you at this point. At this point, there's no longer a disadvantage. 0-2's the pitch, and fastball swung on 94 miles an hour out of play, and so we'll redo it. If you got a 3-game lead and you're getting Philly at home next week for 3, I guarantee you Philly would rather be in Atlanta's shoes than vice versa. They'd also rather have the Atlanta Braves roster, right? Here's the 0-2 pitch. And that one is pulled foul. It is once again 0-2. Thanks for joining us here on Braves Baseball. For those that listen to our morning show, it is back tomorrow morning, 8:30. We're doing 8:30 in the morning Eastern Football Friday, so we'll be getting in onto all the NFL and college football action right here on the YouTube channel. 0-2 is the pitch, and fastball down the pipe, 93 miles an hour, blew it by Riley. A little bit of a deceptive 93. For 93 to catch Riley by surprise, I believe he was sitting on a breaking pitch and just missed it. A little bit of movement on that pitch from Widener. Atlanta leading 3-0, 3-1, excuse me, top of the 6th inning. And Atlanta Braves bring Duvall to the plate. He's 1 for 2, quickly 1-0, and we'll wait the second pitch. So Widener does the wind up, fastball on the outside part of the plate, and it's 1-1. Braves won last night in fine fashion, putting Ozzie Albies youngest second baseman in Major League Baseball history to have 30 home runs and 100 RBI. Fastball on the inside part of the plate, and it's 2-1. Two and one's the count as Duvall digs in, and fastball on the outside part of the plate swung on and hit foul, and it's 2-2. Duvall trying to get something going here for the Braves. As we're looking around the Major League scoreboard, Atlanta. A little bit of scoreboard watching go on tonight. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Grounded to deep into the hole. Shortstop gets it. He throws it off balance. Duvall will be on first in plenty of time. A great effort by Rojas, but there was no way he was going to get the fast-footed Duvall, and we've got 1 on and 1 out here in the top of the 6th inning. And I misspoke earlier. You remember when I said the Brewers looked like they were on a way to a victory? The Cardinals have came all the way back. It's the top of the 9th. They're up 7-5, and holy cow, the Cardinals might be going on what will be a 12-game winning streak. My apologies, Brewers fans. I didn't mean to put the kiss of death on you there, but here we are. Rockies over the Dodgers right now in a big of a surprise. It's Max Scherzer day. They're up 5-3. And d'Arnaud digs in for the first pitch. Fastball at the letters, swung on and miss, and it's 0-1. The A's 4-3 over Seattle, top of the 6th inning. And the Giants down 4-2 to the Padres. So though the Giants are losing, it doesn't look like at this point that the Dodgers are going to be able to take advantage of that. If you missed it earlier, the Chicago White Sox have clinched their division. So they win the AL Central, and champagne's being popped, which means might be a pretty good bet that you take the Indians on the money line tonight. That was the first part of a doubleheader. Can't imagine a lot of their big players will play tonight. Here's the 0-1 pitch to d'Arnaud, swung on and missed. He fouls it back. It's 0-2. Catch us with Dixie Football Nation, the Armchair Quarterbacks on YouTube. Saturday mornings, we go into all the Southern College football talk, and it's a big, big week in college football. Once again, Sunday, we do the handicappers 10 a.m. to noon as we talk fantasy football and against the spread. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Widener works a little slower than the previous pitchers. Here's the 0-2 pitch, banged foul, and it is 0-2. Once again, we'll reset here. Runner on first. One away, top of the 6th. The Hotlanta Braves lead 3-1 over the Arizona Diamondbacks. Tony La Russa was catching a lot of flack earlier this year, and now looks like he sent them to the division champions. So maybe that'll shut up a lot of his critics. Said he was too old, too drunk, too whatever. But he's got the White Sox in the playoffs. Here's the 0-2 pitch, fastball up around the letters, fouled back, and it's 0-2. Cleveland, by the way, if you decide to take that, it's a plus 113 on the money line. I want to keep that in your thoughts. You got to figure they're going to rest a lot of players after clinching the division. That's just science right there. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and fastball driven deep into left center field. It's going to get stopped by the center fielder, so it does not get to the wall as Arizona's McCarthy was able to cut it off. So it will be a double, but the run will not score as d'Arnaud has a double, and Duvall, even with the solid speed that he has, was not able to go from first to home as it did not go to the wall. Remember, there's a deep outfield there in Arizona, 413, the deepest part of the park. And McCarthy cuts it off, but you do have runners on second and third. It's top of the 6th inning. Atlanta's up 3-1. Dansby Swanson will come to the plate with Heredia on deck. It's a little bit of action brewing here. If Atlanta keeps this going, you wonder if they'll pull Morton for a pinch hitter depending on the situation. Here's the first pitch, 93 miles an hour, missed inside, and Dansby Swanson backed out of it, lost his balance, but home plate umpire is saying that he went around. That's a little bit questionable. It looked more like he lost his balance. Regardless, it's 0-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Fastball to the letters. Swung on a miss. 0-2. As Dansby's trying to get some kind of contact. You'd like to lift it to the outfield, but at least hit it to the right side of the infield, as they are playing. They're playing a bit of a shift, which is strange. And they are playing back, but the right side of the infield is playing a little bit in. But anything hit to the right should score a run. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Dansby digs in 95 miles an hour and battles it back. It goes foul, and we'll do this again. Atlanta leads 3-1 as We are top of the 6th inning. It's an 0-2 count on Dansby Swanson. And 0-2 count. Darno leads a little off. He's got a generous lead off second base. Maybe something could get him in. And here's 92 miles an hour. It's hit high. It's hit deep. It's hit far. It's to the wall. It's to the warning track. Caught by McCarthy, pedaling back, and it will easily score Duvall. The throw comes in, and it was hit so far back with the momentum taking the ball that even the slow-footed catcher, Travis d'Arnaud, is able to go from second to third, and we have a 4-1 game for Atlanta. Good piece of hitting right there for Dansby Swanson. Almost got a hold of it, almost got it gone. That ball is out in Truist Park. He hits it to one of the deepest parts of the outfield. I said a second ago, it's 413 to the very back there in left center. I would say just a blind's eye guess, ball probably traveled around right at 400 feet. So that'll bring up Heredia. They're going to walk Heredia, intentionally walk Heredia to put pitcher runners on the corners with Charlie Morton, and he will stay in, as the Braves don't want to leave this up to the bullpen just yet. So Charlie Morton's pitching well. Why not leave him in? Maybe he can find a way to get on base and keep this inning alive. 4-1 is your score. Atlanta leads Arizona, top of the 6th, 2 away. First pitch swung on and missed. Strike one. Fastball at the letters. Charlie Morton trying to get a base hit, trying to help himself out here so he could build on this 4-1 lead here on the top of the 6th. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and it swung on, hit high, pop up on the right side, goes foul. Walker gives it chase, just drops in front of him, and it'll be 1-2. Atlanta leads 4-1, top of the 6th inning. As trying to give them a little more distance against the Philadelphia Phillies. We've got a new ball in, so here comes the pitch, 0-2, and it is a curveball in the dirt. Strike 3 swinging. Ball gets away a little bit, but the catcher will fire it down to first base, and that's going to end the inning. We'll be back in a flash here. Atlanta Braves baseball, 4-1 Atlanta, middle of the 6th inning, and Charlie Morton will be back on the mound.
Hey there, pal. First draft?
How can you tell?
Look, there's a few things you're going to want to know. Kickers go fast. You're going to take one early. Don't worry about running backs. You can always trade for one later.
Cool, thanks.
One more thing. It's good to have you here. You're my friend.
Armchair.
You just robbed a house. You have all this great stuff that now belongs to you, but you got this annoying pang of guilt nagging at you. Well, worry no more, because your friends at Cell Block Greeting Cards have the answer for you. Introducing our new line of petty crime thank you cards. Before you smash and grab one of our cards and leave it behind on your next heist. Choose from any of these fine heartfelt cards like,
thank you for the plasma TV.
Or,
thanks for the PlayStation, alcohol, and penny jar.
And,
don't use your toothbrush.
Or limited time, introducing,
I'm still in the house.
And many more sentimental petty crime thank you cards. Available at any back alley, shadowy parking lot, or
Armchair.
Saturday mornings, 8:30 Eastern. Dixie Football Nation is back and better than ever. We got Tony Agolini, Matt Carr, Tones Areola, Bobby and Angelo, along with Mac McGee this fall. Dixie Football Nation heads to the gridiron, talking ACC, SEC, the Big Ten, and all the big games throughout the college football land. That's Dixie Football Nation, 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central, Saturday mornings on the Armchair Quarterback Show's YouTube channel, going live. Or catch the instant replay. Welcome back here to Braves Baseball. Charlie Morton's set to take the hill to begin the bottom of the sixth. It's got the curveball working today. And Atlanta leads 4-1. Trying to win game number 4 of this 4-game series, winning the previous 3, going for that 4-game sweep. You got to love that if you're Atlanta. Here's the first pitch as Pavin Smith digs in, and curveball on the outside part of the plate, called for a strike, and it's 0-1. Pavin Smith 1 for 2, hit a single in the first. Curveball once again, and it's hit foul, and it's 0-2. Thanks for tuning in to Atlanta Braves Baseball. We'll be here back again tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Eastern, as it'll finish up the doubleheader that was not completed on July 21st. The Braves trail that game 5-4. Here's the 0-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Strike 3 fastball just outside the zone and at the chest. And Smith shaking his head, heading back to the dugout. He's getting a little bit of a lesson in the wily veteran Charlie Morton with the off speeds. Here's the first pitch to Peralta. He digs in and hits the curveball foul, and it is 0-1. Morton at just 86 pitches. If he can have a quick enough inning here, you think he might go back out for the 7th, which would be nice to help save the pen for San Diego in the 4-game set in 3 days. 0-1 pitch popped up. Can of corn in the middle of the infield. Freddie Freeman will grab it, and it's out number 2 as the Atlanta Braves lead 4-1, bottom of the 6th inning. That's going to bring up Christian Walker, righty versus righty, and he does have some pop in his bat, so you've got to be aware of that. But Charlie Morton is cruising right now. 4-1 lead. The Braves banged Mad Bum out of the game. Because remember the last time they faced him, he pitched the no-hitter that wasn't the 7-inning no-hitter that caused great controversy for no reason that I can figure. Here's the first pitch, and called strike 1, 0-1. If you play baseball for over 100 years and it has to be in 9 innings or more to be considered a no-hitter, you can't give someone a no-hitter on a 7-inning softball rule that we've came up with over the last year and a half. 0-1 is the pitch, and sinker down low, swung on and missed, and it's 0-2. And I don't even have any issue with the 7-inning doubleheaders. I think in the regular season, I don't really dislike them. But you can't give no hitters to those. The history book of baseball is too thick to start giving asterisks all across the board. 0-2, missed on the outside part of the plate, 95 miles an hour, and it is 1-2. I think Charlie thought he got it, but it did look a little bit outside. He would have liked the call to get himself out of the inning. 2 away, bottom of the 6th. Braves lead it 4-1. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and it is hit into the shift. Swanson is on it. It's a slow dribbler, and he'll gun him down to first base. That is the 3rd out of the inning. We head to the top of the 7th with the top of the order. Jorge Soler, Freddie Freeman, Ozzie Albies. They're all on your way. The Braves lead it 4-1. Get your Sunday football morning started off right with the Handicappers on Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube, 10 a.m. Eastern to noon Eastern. Your Sunday morning kickoff show where we tackle your NFL lines out in the desert, a 61.2% win rate over the last 6 years. Against the spread, over, under, money line, you name it. And we dive into the world of fantasy football year long and your DFS payouts. The only true Southern football kickoff show that talks the spreads in Vegas, your DFS and fantasy, and your year-long quest to win that fantasy football championship. Only on the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel. It's the Handicappers on Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube, 10 a.m. Eastern to noon Eastern. Sundays, all NFL season long.
Enjoy sun-drenched days, epic stays, and plenty of room to roam in Greater Fort Lauderdale. Our hotels, attractions, and restaurants have taken the Visit Lauderdale's Safe and Clean pledge so you can relax and explore with confidence. When you're ready for that well-deserved staycation, our 23 miles of golden beaches await. Find wide-open spaces to hike, bike, kayak, and paddleboard. Visit your favorite attractions, then dine out in style in socially distanced dining rooms or al fresco on waterfront patios. Learn more at sunny.org.
Armchair Quarterbacks on YouTube Live, covering the AFC South and NFC South along with the rest of the NFL. Subscribe and like us today. Your first choice for sports talk live from the First Coast.
How about the Braves in the last 25 road games? They're 18-7. Averaging about 6 runs per game offensively as we begin the top of the 7th inning. It'll bring Jorge Soler. It's been impatient at the plate. We'll see what happens with the first at bat, and he does it again. Bangs it into the ground, first pitch, one out. That's not what you want out of a leadoff guy, and you got to start wondering if Soler's the right guy to put at the leadoff spot. One away. The Braves are scoring runs, but Soler has whatever the opposite of being a choosy hitter is, he's just swinging and trying to hopefully he makes contact. So that'll bring Freddie Freeman. This is the thing that sent Ozzie Albies down in the order. So I don't know what the answer is, but you don't want to put Ozzie back up there because Ozzie's hitting really well. 0-1 pitch, fastball on the outside part of the plate for Freddie Freeman to get us started off here as we get set. Poppin is the new pitcher for Arizona. Here's the 0-1 pitch on the outside part, fastball, and it is 1-1. They've messed with Swanson so much that I don't think you could put him back up at the top of the order. I think it's really messed. But Swanson, past few seasons when they have put him up at the top of the order, he's done really well. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Low and outside, 87 miles an hour, and it is 2-1. Maybe it's just a simple conversation they need to have with Jorge Soler. He is a veteran, and just let him know, hey, we want you to hit when you see a good pitch coming at you, but we got to get you to see some pitches. It's not just for you, and it's not just to wear down the pitcher, but it's also so that the other batters coming up have a chance to see what this pitcher has. Freddie Freeman swings up, and it is a foul tip, and it is now 2-2. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and swung on and missed, strike 3. Foul tipped into the catcher's glove, and 2 away quickly here in the 7th inning. Ozzie Albies comes up. He'll be on the other side of the plate now, as it'll be lefty versus righty. Ozzie Albies, 258 average, 803 OPS with 30 home runs. And Ozzie, you've seen him be much more patient at the plate since they moved him down to the 3-hole. So I don't want to move him. Here's the first pitch, taken outside for a ball. But you got to find a way to lengthen the lineup and have someone at the top who's not going to swing at every single thing that comes his way. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and this time it's inside for ball number 2. Sinker just missed. So that'll hit it up 2-0 as Ozzie can now hit dead red. Get ready for the 2-0 pitch. Roped into center field for a base hit. A solid single for Ozzie Albies, and he's on first. We've got something cooking with 2 away, and Austin Riley up to bat. Austin Riley hit his 32nd home run of the year earlier in the day. 903 OPS, 302 batting average. He's my MVP vote. You can have your Tatis, whose team has been flailing and just tanking. You can have Bryce Harper, because I believe the Braves are going to be the team that wins the National League East. And if they're going to win the National League East, you've got to give it to Riley over Harper, who have similar numbers. Here's fastball on the outside part of the plate. And called ball. 1-0 is the count. There are other numbers that everyone keeps pointing at, but if you look at the home runs, if you look at the WAR, the main numbers, Austin Riley's your National League MVP in my book. Here's the 1-0 count. Called for a strike on the outside part of the plate, 95 miles an hour sinker, and it's 1-1. Atlanta up 4-1. We're in the top of the 7th inning. Looking for getting out the brooms here on the 4-game sweep. And the 1-1 pitch just misses inside. It's 2-1. Sinker just under the armpits, and we'll set it up here. 2-1. Ozzie Albies on first base. Anything in the gap would score him for sure. And it's a sinker inside. Would have been a ball, but Riley fights it off, and it's foul. So we'll set it up at 2-2. Perfect scenario would get this to a full count so Ozzie can get to running. So there's 2 outs, 1 on. Ozzie on first with a 2-2 count. And they set up inside, but the sinker actually goes outside, and it's banged away, and it's 2-2. So he's gone sinker, 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 4 sinkers in a row. Actually, 5 sinkers in a row to start this off. Wonder if he'll come up with either a fastball or something to change up. Try to change up his bat speed. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Looked like it was a changeup right outside the zone. Just missed it. And in frustration, Riley slams his bat, tosses his helmet. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Atlanta leads 4-1. Josh Van Meter is due up. Number 5 hitter for Arizona when we come back.
The Armchair Quarterbacks on YouTube Live. SEC, ACC, and Big Ten coverage like no other. Subscribe and like us today. Your first choice for sports talk live from the First Coast.
Get your Sunday football morning started off right with the Handicappers on Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube, 10 a.m. Eastern to noon Eastern. Your Sunday morning kickoff show where we tackle your NFL lines out in the desert, a 61.2% win rate over the last 6 years. Against the spread, over, under, money line, you name it.
we dive into the world of fantasy football year-long and your DFS payouts. The only true Southern football kickoff show that talks the spreads in Vegas, your DFS and fantasy, and your year-long quest to win that fantasy football championship. Only on the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel. It's the Handicappers on Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube, 10 a.m. Eastern to noon Eastern, Sundays, all NFL season long. Welcome back here to Braves Baseball. Mac McGee bringing you the game here as Atlanta leads 4-1 going to the bottom of the seventh inning. And they will send Charlie Morton back out to the mound to see if he can get through 7 innings here. He is at the 91 pitch count. And we'll see how this entails. Due up this inning is Van Meter, the lefty, Vargas, who's a switch hitter, and Carson Kelly, the right-hander, with McCarthy in the hole. Josh Van Meter, 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. First pitch is on the way at ball 1, and quickly gather it back. And here comes the second pitch. Swung on and fouled back. It's 1-1. Van Meter, 1 for 3 on the day, 207 average with 5 home runs. Of course, his third time seeing Charlie Morton. Here's the curveball, and he ropes it into center field. And Heredia is there quickly to cut it off to stop it from going to the wall. And Van Meter will slam on the brakes. He's held to a single, and there's no outs. Bottom of the 7th, Arizona's got something brewing here. It's 4-1 Atlanta. Charlie Morton's telling the infield to get the ball back to him quick. He doesn't even want to think about seeing Snicker or anyone else come out to the mound to talk to him right now. It's a curveball that he just missed the location. Van Meter took advantage of it. And Heredia, good job cutting it off and getting the ball back in. So that's going to bring up Vargas, who's 0 for 2 on the day. First pitch, and 0 for 2, misses it. And Vargas is doing some kind of, I don't know, wannabe imitation of Soto every time a pitch is thrown to him where he's stepping towards the plate. I mean, that thing's goofy enough as it is, but come up with your own thing there, guy. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Vargas. Swung on, and he ropes it into right field. And Soler will be there to cut it off. And quickly, it's 2 on, nobody out. And it looks like Snicker and company might have left Morton in just a tad too long. He's finally going to come waddling out here. Here comes Snicker. He's calling for the righty. So it looks like we're going to make a call to the pen. We'll take it with them. We'll be back here in a flash. Braves in trouble, up 4-1, but there's 2 on, nobody out, bottom of the 7th inning.
Enjoy sun-drenched days, epic stays, and plenty of room to roam in Greater Fort Lauderdale. Our hotels, attractions, and restaurants have taken the Visit Lauderdale's Safe and Clean pledge so you can relax and explore with confidence. When you're ready for that well-deserved staycation, our 23 miles of golden beaches await. Find wide-open spaces to hike, bike, kayak, and paddleboard. Visit your favorite attractions, then dine out in style in socially distanced dining rooms or al fresco on waterfront patios. Learn more at sunny.org.
Just like if I'm a Gator fan, I'm not pulling for the Georgia Bulldogs to beat Baylor in the Sugar Bowl. What kind of stupidness is that? Because then you're going to have to go and recruit against that. But you guarantee there's some dumbass Tennessee fan out there going, and I'm like, what are you doing to me? They used to do it to me when we lived up there, and they tried to get me to pull for their team. I still will pull for Tennessee to a degree. Well, this is a basketball side of it. I would see these bars go, would you quit pulling for the Kentucky Wildcats to do well?
It's not helping things in Knoxville.
Saturday mornings, 8:30 Eastern. Dixie Football Nation is back and better than ever. We've got Tony Agolini, Matt Carr, Tones Ariola, Bobby and Angelo, along with Mac McGee this fall. Dixie Football Nation heads to the gridiron, talking ACC, SEC, the Big Ten, and all the big games throughout the college football land. That's Dixie Football Nation, 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central, Saturday mornings on the Armchair Quarterback Show's YouTube channel, going live, or catch the instant replay. Good afternoon. We are back. It's going to be Jacob Webb coming out of the pen, inheriting a mess as Atlanta decided to leave Morton in to start the seventh inning. He was pitching well, but just ran out of gas. So we've got runners on first and second, nobody out. Braves do lead 4-1, and that's going to bring up the right-hander, Carson Kelly, as Van Meter and Vargas got aboard early in this inning. So it's runners on first and second, nobody out. Here's the first pitch by Webb, and it's fastball on the outside part of the plate. It is called a strike. Kelly's questioning it. It was a borderline pitch, but it is strike number one. Trying to get some kind of a double play here with the catcher, as here comes the 0-1 pitch. They set up inside, and it is hammered high. It is hammered far. It is hammered deep. Change up hung, and we've got a tie ball game. Jacob Webb gives up a 3-run jack, and just like that, it's 4-4 in Arizona. Carson Kelly set dead red. It was a terrible pitch. It just hung in there. It was a floater, and Carson Kelly did not miss it. We've got a brand new ball game here in Atlanta, for Atlanta in Arizona. Atlanta tied now 4-4, bottom of the seventh inning, and there are still nobody out. I think they were going to that changeup to try to get into a double play, but he hung it about just above the belt, inside part of the plate. And for a right-handed hitter, you couldn't put it on a tee and pick a better spot. Webb will obviously still stay in the game. He's got to face at least 3 batters, so that's going to bring up to the plate Cole Calhoun, and Cole Calhoun swings at the first pitch, and it's 0-1. Last thing Atlanta wants going into that game with Arizona, the series with San Diego as they're leaving Arizona, they don't want a game going into extra innings. More importantly, need a win because the Phillies will be hosting the Pirates all weekend. 0-1 pitch in the dirt, and it's 1-1. A 4-1 lead has been erased by the 3-run jack by Carson Kelly, if you're just joining us. And 1-1 pitch. It's fouled back. It's now 1-2. Charlie Morton's day is now complete. He went 6 innings, giving up 3 earned runs. It's 2 of those runs on that 3-run jack were his. No longer the pitcher of record. And here's the 1-2 pitch. It is hit high and deep into left center field. It drops for what is going to be a double. Heredia gets it back in, and Cole Calhoun with the go-ahead run is now standing on second base with nobody out. How much longer they'll leave Webb in here remains to be seen. We've already got a mess going here. He's got to face at least one more. And Cole Calhoun, who was pinch hitting for McCarthy,
in the pitcher spot, which was Widener. And that's going to bring up to the plate Dalton Varsho. Dalton Varsho is now playing center field, and he is in the pitcher spot originally that was flip-flopped. And so now Cole Calhoun batting eighth. He's standing on second base, and Varsho is up to bat. He's got a lot of speed. Could drop down a butt, but it's quickly 0-2 as we get this straightened out. So after Varsho, it'll be the top of the Arizona lineup. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Setting up inside, fastball. Calls it a ball. I'm telling you right now, that thing's a strike. At least half that ball had the plate. So it's 1-2 now. And we'll see what happens here. But that should have been the out. So now 1-2. Blues not doing too well behind the dish today. And it's a fastball lift up by Webb. Webb's getting hammered, and the ball is over Heredia's head. It hits up against the wall, and that's going to send Cole Calhoun to the plate. It's 5-4 Arizona. Terrible job by Blue, but Jacob Webb is leaving everything out over the plate. Might as well be batting practice at this point. Arizona leads at 5-4 as we are in the top of the seventh. And ridiculously enough, 4 runs have crossed the plate. We've got a guy on second base, and there's still nobody out here in the seventh. Tyler Matzik will be coming into the game as we're getting a pitching change. We'll be back here on Braves Baseball.
I might audible. How audible? I'll use Omaha! Red Polly! Blue Poncho! Dilly! Rambo! Give me Kershaw here, Kershaw!
You're listening to the Armchair Quarterbacks on CBS Sports Radio.
Japan! Richmond, New York! Richmond, Florida! Cali, Buffalo! Check! Hey, Short Ox! Luda Raiders! Omaha! I'm out!
World air quality is at an all-time low.
But hey, that doesn't mean you can't have a little fun. New from Mattel, it's the greenhouse gas gun. Do you hate the snowman next door? Use the greenhouse gas gun. Want to piss off an entire room full of tree huggers? Use the greenhouse gas gun. There is simply no end to the amount of fun and respiratory disease you can have with the greenhouse gas gun.
If only the world was less like this.
I could use a smoke.
Hey, put that out.
And more like this.
I could use a smoke.
You murderer! I might have children one day.
Smoking kills unless you kill first. If you're around a smoker, you will die. Smokers may look relaxed and like they're having fun. Don't believe it. Vote yes on Proposition 421. Let's outlaw smoking everywhere, even in people's homes, and allow honest citizens to legally kill anyone who smokes. Let's live in a world without smokers. Prohibition works. Let's prove it. Let's move up the food chain. It's time to smoke the smokers. Vote yes on Proposition 421.
We are back here live, and the Atlanta Braves have given up a 3-run lead. It was 4-1 to start the bottom of the seventh inning. There is yet to be an out recorded. We now have our third pitcher of the inning. It's Tyler Matzik leading off here. Back to the top of the order is Rojas. He's 0 for 3, and he's batting lefty versus lefty on Matzik and doesn't feel too comfortable. So he's trying to move the runner from second over to third with nobody out, tries to bunt it. It goes foul, and it's 0-1. Atlanta squandering a 4-run lead, but hope is not lost As the Atlanta offense, we know how they put up big runs late in the game. Here comes the sacrifice bunt. It's laid down, and it is a good one. Austin Riley scoops it up, throws it over to first to Ozzie Albies, and it's one away. Runner on third, one out. The Braves are down 5-4. Thanks for joining us here today. Atlanta Braves baseball, as we'll be back tomorrow night, 8:00 Eastern, for the first pitch of the first part of the doubleheader between the Padres and the Atlanta Braves. That game will pick up in the 5th inning, a game that is trying to be completed back from July 21st. The Braves trail in that game 5-4, making this game even more critical because you're going into the game tomorrow night already down. And they had momentum in that game. If people remember that game, they had momentum. They were coming back, and then the rain came in, et cetera, et cetera. And so Tyler Matzik comes in, first pitch to Varsho, and it is a called ball. Here comes the second pitch, 95 miles an hour fastball up around the chest. He hits it high. He hits it deep. Soler going back up against the wall in right field. He's got the catch, but that is going to send the runner home as Ramos comes up big with a pinch hit, and it's 6-4 Arizona. Big sack fly for the pinch hitter. That's going to bring Peralta up to the plate. And David Peralta 0 for 2 on the day, lefty versus lefty matchup. Fastball fouled back 96 miles an hour, and it's 0-1. Henry Ramos coming in for Pavin Smith. So you figure he'll probably replace him out in the field. Pavin Smith was playing right field. Here comes a fastball hit on the outside part of the plate, shoots it down the third base line, and it is a double, a stand-up double for Peralta. So we're not out of this mess yet. That's going to bring Christian Walker to the plate to be a righty versus lefty matchup. And here's the ripper of this whole thing. So when the Braves had the 4-1 lead before the balls just started flying all over the place, they took Duvall out of the game in that defensive substitution. So Rosario has replaced him. So you lose that pop from Duvall's bat in the lineup. Walker is going to get the automatic pass here, put runners on the corners, and that'll put Van Meter, the lefty versus lefty matchup, first and second, and they'll take their chance with Matzik versus Van Meter. Atlanta trails 6-4, bottom of the 7th inning. You're just joining us. Atlanta had a 4-1 lead coming into this inning and has given up 5 runs. First pitch, 95 miles an hour at the letters, and it is a called strike. Lefty versus lefty matchup. You like those odds. You do wonder if he does give up a hit and cannot get out of this mess, will they let Matzik face Vargas next? Here's the 0-1 pitch. Fastball high and outside the zone, 95 miles an hour, and it is 1-1. Van Meter 1 for 3 out in San Diego right now. Yu Darvish and the Padres lead the Giants 4-2. Giants do have a rally going in the top of the 6th. Here's the 1-1 pitch. High slider, and it is called for a strike. So it's now 1-2, 1 strike away from getting out of this terrible inning so Atlanta can get the bats going back again. So Atlanta trails 6-4 after leading the entire game and having a 4-1 lead going into this inning. But all is not lost, Braves fans. The Arizona bullpen has been very suspect all year long. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on, strike 3. We're out of the inning. Matzik gets the strikeout. We're out of this mess, and it's 6-4 Arizona. Atlanta's got Rosario, Darnode, and Dansby Swanson due up in the top of the 8th. Saturday mornings, 8:30 Eastern. Dixie Football Nation is back and better than ever. We got Tony Agolini, Matt Carr, Tones Areola, Bobby and Angelo, along with Mac McGee this fall. Dixie Football Nation heads to the gridiron, talking ACC, SEC, the Big Ten, and all the big games throughout the college football land. That's Dixie Football Nation, 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central, Saturday mornings on the Armchair Quarterback Show's YouTube channel, going live, or catch the instant replay.
This is Jim Rome. Join me in the jungle for your phone calls and the biggest names in sports. Stop by weekdays, noon until 3 Eastern, 9 to noon Pacific.
Take the road less traveled in the newly redesigned Hyundai Santa Fe. With available H-Track all-wheel drive to help you get off the beaten path a little further together. And intuitive safety features that can help you see what's waiting around the bend. Plus, with generous room for 5 and comfortable available Napa leather seating, you can go for more drives as a family without driving each other crazy. Find new adventures together in the Hyundai Santa Fe.
CBS Sports Sports Flash.
I might audible. If I audible, I'll use
Omaha! Red
Welcome back here to Braves baseball. Braves trail 6-4, and Atlanta gotten the bats going, and the pitching was doing fine until Charlie Morton went back out for the 7th inning, gave up 2 quick singles. They pulled Morton. Jacob Webb, what a disaster he was, gives up a 3-run bomb that puts another guy on. So long story short, 5 runs scored in the bottom of the 7th inning. We go to the top of the 8th. It's now 6-4, and Atlanta's going to try to mount a rally as it is going to be, looks like we've got another pitching change, and it's Ramirez again for the Arizona Diamondbacks coming out of the pen. First pitch strike, across the knees, and it's 0-1 to get this going. Atlanta 3 games up on Philadelphia. Can't afford to lose today, as they would fall to 2.5, and Philly begins a 4-game set against the Pittsburgh Pirates. Rosario was trying to get a day off. They said, no, thank you. Here comes the pitch, and slider missed. Strike 3 is the call, and there's one away here in the top of the 8th. Atlanta due up now will be Travis d'Arnaud, the catcher, as Rosario is in for Duvall. In case you stepped away and missed that, Rosario came in for Duvall for defensive purposes, and then all the balls were hit over everyone's head. The defense didn't really matter at that point, did it? So Travis d'Arnaud steps in, 2 for 3, trying to get something going here for Atlanta. We know the late inning heroics are still alive for the Braves bats, so we do not give up hope, get Braves country. Here's the 1-0 pitch, called questionable strike on the outside part of the plate, and it's 1-1. It's a very generous call indeed. d'Arnaud gets set for the 1-1 pitch and called on a swinging strike. Curveball on the outside part of the plate. They're saying he went around, and it's 1-2. Travis d'Arnaud, 232 average, 7 home runs, and 707 OPS. Of course, he missed majority of the year with the hand injury. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and it's outside. Curveball in the dirt, and it's 2-2. Standing on deck is Dansby Swanson with his 26 home runs. d'Arnaud can get on. We could get this tied with the bloop and a blast. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and swung on and missed, strike 3. And there's 2 away quickly here in the top of the 8th inning. Lieutenant Dan Dansby Swanson comes to the plate, and 247 on the year, 26 home runs, 757 OPS. Trying to get something going here. You figure if he does get on, you might see a change at the plate. Heredia would be due up, but you've got to figure they would probably go to, my guess would be Jock Peterson, righty versus lefty. And first pitch called strike, curveball, 75 miles an hour, just taken there at the belt. Dansby looking for something else to drive. So it is quickly 0-1, and he sits back and waits on the 0-1 pitch. And here's the delivery. Same pitch, this time swung on but fouled, and it's 0-2. Curveball once again. Dansby was ready for it, just missed it. Swinging just a tad too high, and it's 0-2. The timing looked like it was there, but it was just the plane. San Diego and San Francisco right now, still 4-2 San Diego. The best help we could get from San Francisco right now would be to take that game into several extra innings and wear out that San Diego bullpen before we head there tomorrow. The foul ball went off the knee of the catcher for the Arizona Diamondbacks, Carson Kelly, who he's responsible for that 3-run blast earlier, and the trainer's out there looking at him. Doesn't appear to be anything serious, but they are talking to him to make sure that he is okay, as he's crouched down with the trainer and a couple of the other Arizona coaches. He's saying he's okay, and looks like we'll get back to it. It's 0-2 to Dansby Swanson. First 2 pitches were curveballs, and we'll see what is in store with Noah Ramirez, who has a 3.23 ERA on the year. We get set for the 0-2 pitch. Everyone's back and settled. Dansby digs into the box. Here comes Ramirez. And the pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. That'll end the inning. Braves trail 6-4. We head to the bottom of the 8th. Vargas Kelly and Cole Calhoun are due up.
Armchair Quarterbacks on YouTube Live. We're covering all the majors in the world of golf and tennis. Subscribe and like us today. Your first choice for sports talk live from the First Coast. The Armchair Quarterbacks on YouTube Live, covering the world of soccer, MLS, EPL, and beyond. That's the Armchair Quarterbacks on YouTube Live, weekdays. Please like, subscribe, and share our show today. The Armchair Quarterbacks, first choice for sports talk, live from the First Coast.
Northern Tool and Equipment.
My girlfriend has given me a pet name.
I'm afraid to ask.
Snuggle Muffin.
No, it isn't.
And she uses it in public.
Okay, so give your girlfriend a pet name she'll hate, like Thunder Chunky.
I couldn't do that.
I see. Too harsh for Snuggle Muffin. Okay. Drown her out with a 200-mile-per-hour cordless leaf blower.
Got it. Here she comes.
Hey, Snuggle Muffin. What are you doing? Snuggle. I am so out of here.
Wait. Come back, Thunder Chunky.
There's no problem a little horsepower can't solve.
Armchair.
This portion of the show is being brought to you by Whatever We Have in Stock Are Us, your one-stop place to shop for whatever we happen to have lying around at the time.
Okay, we are back here with Braves baseball. The Braves trail at 6-4 as we head to the bottom of the 8th. Charlie Morton, pretty decent outing until everything came apart at the seams in the 7th inning. This is going to bring Rich Rod to the mound. Rodriguez, of course, acquired in the trade from the Pittsburgh Pirates, and he'll be under team control for 2022 and 2023 as well. So we keep you up to date on what's going on in the rest of the National League. Looks like that there was just a 3-run home run hit in San Diego, and the San Francisco Giants now lead 5-4. It looks like it was Slater that went deep. We'll keep you up to date on what's going on there as Atlanta tries to get a shutdown inning here and get back to the top of the 9th inning with it just being a 2-run lead. And here's the first pitch. It's outside. Second one's on the way, and it's a weak fly ball to left field. We got one away as Rosario puts it away. So we got one down. Bottom of the 8th inning, Atlanta trails 6-4. Atlanta is at least guaranteed winning 3 of 4 in this series. Would love a sweep. But you got to figure when you play a Major League Baseball team, even if it's one like Arizona that's not going anywhere this year, it's very difficult to pull off a 4-game sweep. First pitch from Rodriguez to Kelly is a curveball outside, and it's called for a wide strike, and it's 0-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 2 in the dirt, and it's 0-2 to get this going. Rich Rodriguez throwing off-speed pitches. Here comes a fastball, and he goes to the fastball with an 0-2 count, and that gets slapped into right field. And once again, they bail out Carson Kelly, and he has a double standing on second. Why in the world they went to that? He was not catching the curveball the first 2 pitches. And the fastball gets roped into right field. Soler corrals it, but not before Kelly gets to second. Kelly's second hit of the day, and both of them were pitches that were left up in the zone. Cole Calhoun digs in. I think this is Rodriguez's inning no matter what happens. So first pitch swung on and missed, and it is a fastball on the outside part of the plate. It's 0-1. Calhoun came in for a substitution. He's 1 for 1 with a double in the 7th and a run scored. He's an old-fashioned professional hitter. Reminds me a lot of a little better athletic version of Matt Stairs, if you remember Matt Stairs of the old Oakland A's. Here's fastball on the outside part of the plate and swung on and missed. It's actually tipped foul, but it was 0-2 regardless. And see if they go to the well one more time. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Rich Rod has the sign, and he fires it across the plate right there at the letters. Called strike three. Might have been a little high. We'll take it. And there's two away with one out. Excuse me. There's two away with one on. Top of the second inning. Runner on second, bottom of the eighth. I apologize. I've done 4 of these games in about 2 days, and it's things are starting to run together. All right. Reset here. Bottom of the eighth. One on. Runner on second. And here comes that pesky Varsho. He's 2 for 2. After coming in for a substitution, and he's got wheels. See how they attack him here to start off the at bat. And it is a slider down, missed, ball 1. One-0 count heading to Dalton Varsho, who's 243 average and 773 OPS and 11 home runs on the year. Here comes the fastball high and outside on the zone, swung and miss. It's 1-1. Varsho is a catcher / outfielder, so they're really big on this kid. And still a young kid. You'll see him in the outfield. You'll see him behind the plate. Heck of a prospect for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Here's the 1-1 pitch. It's a little inside fastball, 4-seamer. And it's 2-1. 2-1 pitch. Don't want any more base runners. You like to see him challenge Varsho, even if he is 2 for 2, lefty versus righty matchup. Darno sits on the outside part of the plate, and it is a slider in the dirt. And Carson Kelly, the catcher, will stay put at second. So you're going to have 3-1 now. Varsho will be sitting dead red. We'll see what Rich Rod and Darno dial up here. Braves trail 6-4, bottom of the 8th inning. Atlanta in the top of the 9th will have due up. Here's the pitch. Swung on and hit back foul. It's 3-2. The top of the 9th, they'll have Heredia's spot due up. You figure, depending on who Arizona goes to the pen, most likely that would be a pinch hitter, and most likely it would be Jock Peterson, unless they waited to see what Heredia could do and then bring Peterson in. You figure one way or the other, we will see Peterson in the 9th. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Fastball hit hard. It's corralled by Ozzie deep into the shift, and Ozzie twirls, makes the throw, and guns down the very fleet of foot Varsho. It's a bang-bang play at first, but he is out. We head to the 9th inning. Get your rally caps out, Braves fans. The Braves trail 6-4, and we'll have the top of the order due up when we come back.
The Armchair Quarterbacks on YouTube Live. We're covering the NHL all the way through the Stanley Cup playoffs. Subscribe and like us today. Your first choice for sports talk live from the First Coast. Get your Sunday football morning started off right with the Handicappers on Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube, 10 a.m. Eastern to noon Eastern. Your Sunday morning kickoff show where we tackle your NFL lines out in the desert, a 61.2% win rate over the last 6 years. Against the spread, over, under, money line, you name it. And we dive into the world of fantasy football year-long and your DFS payouts. Your only true Southern football kickoff show that talks the spreads in Vegas, your DFS and fantasy, and your year-long quest to win that fantasy football championship. Only on the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel. It's the Handicappers on Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube, 10 a.m. Eastern to noon Eastern. Sundays, all NFL season long. The Armchair Quarterbacks on YouTube Live, covering the AFC South and NFC South along with the rest of the NFL. Subscribe and like us today. Your first choice for sports talk live from the First Coast.
Take the scenic route in the new Hyundai Santa Fe, the family SUV with available H-Track all-wheel drive to help you travel way off the beaten path. Find new adventures together in the Hyundai Santa Fe.
Welcome back here to Braves Baseball. Okay, so we got our answer. This is how we'll start off the ninth. You're going to get a pinch hitter. It's going to be Adrianza, not Jock Peterson, which makes sense because you'd rather save Jock for if Adrianza were to get on to put that fear in them. So this is how it'll start off. It's Adrianza coming in for Heredia in the 8th spot of the lineup. Due up next will be the pitcher spot, but you figure most likely it will be Jock Peterson. Wendelken comes in as JB Wendelken, 4.38 ERA, and first pitch strike, 96 miles an hour, fires it across for a first pitch strike, and caught looking there is Adrianza. Hitting 243 on the year, 4 home runs, but really what we're just looking for him to do is get on base. And here comes fastball hit high and deep to center field, but not much torque to it. It's got a lot of air underneath it, and it's an easy out, number 1. So it will be Jock Peterson stepping to the plate as he comes off the bench, try to get something going. After Jock, due up will be Jorge Soler and Freddie Freeman, if anyone can get on. Jock Peterson hitting 232 with 16 home runs. You don't see him much of the starting lineup anymore. It's more being used for a pinch hit role. And here comes Jock digging in. Wendelken throws a hard fastball and even a harder slider. It's a slider inside. First pitch, called strike 1. And it's 0-1 is the count as Jock Peterson gets set and digs in. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Another slider that he misses and misjudges. There's a shoestring catch by Calhoun out in right field. He misjudged it. He thought it was going a little farther back, tried to catch himself and came back in, was able to adjust, unfortunately. And that's out number 2. And just like that, we're in deep trouble here. Jorge Soler comes up. If he can get on, it's Freddie Freeman. The Braves are down 2 and down to their final out here in the 9th inning. If you're just joining us, it was the 7th inning that did Atlanta in today. 5 of Arizona's 6 runs were scored in the 7th inning. Charlie Morton was sent back out to the mound. First pitch inside, 96 miles an hour. It's 1-0. He was sent back out with a 91 pitch count, so not too terribly high. Couldn't get anyone out, and everything unraveled with the bullpen, etc. Here's the 1-0 pitch, swung on and fouled straight back, 96 miles an hour. And 1-1 is the count. Jorge Soler, the last chance for Atlanta to try to pull this thing off as Atlanta trails 6-4. Braves scored 3 in the 3rd, 1 in the 6th. And fastball couldn't quite catch up to that, and it's 95 miles an hour, and it's strike 2. Jorge trying to find any way to get on, because he is not the run you're worried about. Freddie Freeman is the tying run. Slider in the dirt, ball 2, so 2-2 is the count. Remember, Braves fans, we will bring you the coverage tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Eastern, as Atlanta will play the San Diego Padres. Here's the 2-2 count. And ball in the dirt, it's 3-2. It's a 3-2 count here. Full count for Jorge Soler. Freddie Freeman stands on deck. Waits his opportunity to possibly tie this game if Soler can get on. Here's the pitch. Looks like it's going to be a fastball. Fastball hit high, hit deep into center field, but not going to be enough at the warning track. And Varsho's underneath it, and that's going to end the game. So that's your game, folks. Atlanta falls in this one 6-4 after having a 4-1 lead. They drop one to the Arizona Diamondbacks, now 2.5 in front of the Philadelphia Phillies. Philly plays Pittsburgh tonight. We'll have Braves versus the San Diego Padres tomorrow night, 8:00 Eastern. Make sure to tune in here to the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel. Please like and subscribe, and we'll bring this coverage to you tomorrow night at 8:00. Have a great night, folks.